All right, so let's get started. Let me just share my screen real quick. Okay. All right. Hi, everyone. Let me just get into mode. Awesome. Hi, everyone. Welcome. My name is Sophie. I'm the student advisor for the Introduction to Data Science course, and welcome to orientation. We're really happy to have you here as a part of Springboard, and we hope you enjoy your time. So let's get started. First, we're going to start with just an orientation overview. We're going to be going over first course support, so who are the people you can lean on during your time in the course. Second will be course structure. So, what are the components of the course that you can expect to experience. And third, we'll go over some tips to succeed in the course. So what differentiates students who have a really easy time succeeding in the course versus students who may struggle some more. And lastly, we'll open the floor up for some questions. So if you could just keep yourself muted so we don't hear any background noise during the presentation. And then at the end, if you have a question, you're welcome to unmute yourself and ask me any questions. Or if you're feeling shy or something, you can type your question in the chat box as well, and I'll be happy to answer them there. All right, so course support. First is your student advisor. So oops. Sorry about that, guys. Some technical difficulties here. There we go. All right, so course support. So first is your student advisor. I, Sophie, am your student advisor for this course. Your student advisor is really here for anything involving the Springboard experience. So unfortunately, I am not a data scientist, but there are people that you can go to for the more technical course-specific questions. What I am here to help you with is really anything involving Springboard experience. So that means, we can do weekly check-ins, talk about accountability, create a study plan together. If you have any questions involving sort of billing or taking a break from the course if you need to, I would be the person who you would reach out to regarding that. Excuse me. Okay, sorry. Thank you, Jacob, for that. I hope the sound is better now. Next is your community manager, so Guy Mescal. He is the community manager. He lives in your online community, which you can find in your student dashboard. He is an industry expert, so he's there to answer any sort of technical questions you might have. If you need project feedback, usually answers also within 24 hours, so is a great resource there. So yeah, he lives in your online community, and if you have any questions, you should feel free to post in the online community there. Other students may be able to answer your questions, but he should definitely be able to answer. Third is your mentor. So you'll be matched with your mentor on Friday, not May 24th, sorry, but Friday, June 28th. Your mentor is an industry expert, so they've got a wide breadth of knowledge. They have a real passion for mentoring. These weekly calls are 30 minutes. They usually take place over, we suggest Skype, but you can use Google Hangouts or Zoom or whatever you might prefer. And we'll talk more about the mentor in a bit, but that's just sort of an overview. Now to get into course structure. First is the curated project-based curriculum. So this curriculum is project-based. You have a capstone project at the end. The idea behind this is we really want this to be a hands-on learning experience. Our curated curriculum is a combination of in-house materials and materials that we've gained from partnering with folks outside of Springboard. So it really is sort of a combination of what we think is sort of best of the best out there to help you learn. And we hope you enjoy. Next is your weekly 30-minute one-on-one mentor call. So this is a great time to talk to your mentor about what you're working on right now, talk about your capstone project. you can ask your mentor about what it's like to be, an industry expert, ask really any data science sort of related questions, and your mentor's there to help you sort of troubleshoot any issues you might bump into while you're going through the course. Third is your online community. So like I said, Guy Mescal is your community manager. Your online community has current students, so students who have been in past cohorts and are still working in the course. It also will now have this current cohort. The online community also hosts our alumni, so folks who have completed the course and can provide resources and advice there. So this is a great space to ask questions, to chat with other people in the course, and to share resources if you'd like to. Lastly is our weekly office hours. They're every Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Our office hours are hosted through Zoom. It's a really great time. I'm there as well as another student advisor, Catherine. We also have 2 mentors or industry experts who join us. And it can be anything from a student presenting their capstone project to a general Q&A. You can also request topics to be discussed in office hours. So it's a really great time to sort of engage in the community. Some important notes about completion. In order to complete the course, you have to complete at least 60% of the curriculum. We do this so that you're able to really focus on the components of the curriculum that you really want to learn from, and we want you to own your own sort of learning experience. And this way, if there is stuff that you do already know or aren't very interested in, you have the opportunity to not sort of waste your time going through something you may already know. But you are more than welcome to complete 100% of the curriculum. And you also have to upload all projects, including your capstone project. Once you've done all of that, it will guide you through a sort of flow to apply to complete the course. Then your billing and mentor calls will be stopped, and you will just wait for your mentor to review and hopefully pass your capstone project, and then you get your certificate of completion. Additionally, some additional Springboard support is Leo. Leo helps a lot with technical support and billing support, so if you get any emails from him, don't be surprised. He is great. So I've been talking a lot. Now I want to show a video that's sort of a sneak peek into mentors and their point of view and their experiences. So enjoy.
Come together. Now, along that way, I had at some points really good mentors. At some point, I didn't have mentors. And one of the things I've learned, and I apply to life, and I try to help out people whenever I can, is that having a mentor, having someone there that can explain things to you when you're stuck, kind of give you advice, is really invaluable. And really, you can tell that difference when you see people interviewing or when you see people that are practicing, whether they had a good mentor.
We like working with students who, like myself, are learning coding from scratch. So I can totally understand how they're feeling and what they're feeling, and I can give them a lot of advice.
And it makes me sort of blush to have you read what Dheeraj wrote about me. I really had a wonderful relationship with him, and was really just, I don't know, I felt like the mentoring component of the Springboard course was one of the very best things about it. So it's nice to hear him say those nice things about me, but I feel like I could say just as good things about what an excellent teacher and how encouraging he was to me as I was learning.
We see it as a wonderful, opportunity to kind of pass down my experiences, good and bad, in this field with them, to share with them so that they're prepared once they get into the working world as a data scientist. And I'm learning as well, as much as they're learning from me. So those are the best calls to do, where almost the time just passes by in half an hour, and it's just a lovely experience. And it's not just mentees, it's more, they're going to become possibly lifelong friends as well.
Right now, it is the place where you would definitely love to be. So try and don't take pressure that, oh, I have to learn so many algorithms and I have to do so much of theoretical understanding. Start in steps and try to use whatever knowledge that you have presently, how it would be related to data science and data in general, and that will really help you to make a transition into that field very easily.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, one of the great values of having a mentor is having somebody you can kind of lean on if you get stuck. But it's also a good time to learn a lot of the intangibles of data science. So, you know, what do data scientists do day to day? How do you deal with interviewing? You know, how is a data science project set up? All of these other kind of little questions that people want to know, but it's not necessarily in the textbooks.
All right, awesome. Hope you enjoyed that video. Next, we're going to go into how you can make the most out of the course. So some tips and tricks. So tip number one is time management. This is pretty big. That's a lot of what us as I as a student advisor am here for to help you with as well. But thinking about before entering the course or starting the course, thinking about how you're going to set your goals, how you're going to prioritize the course. We all have lives and families and friends and maybe full-time jobs that we are juggling alongside this course, and so it's important to sort of figure out how to manage those interruptions, how you can best prioritize the course, and really get the most out of it. One tip is the study plan tool, which is in your student profile, is really helpful. You can use the sort of toggle to move it to how long you plan on taking to complete the course, whether it's 3 months or 4 months. Whatever it may be, this sort of adjusts and sets the expectations to, give you a sort of week by week, plan. This is just a sort of, this isn't a perfect algorithm. It's just sort of an estimate. So, some sections may take longer, some may take shorter, so, keep that in mind. But students tend to find this feature pretty helpful in planning their week. Next is a course timeline. So let's say you were to complete in 4 months. You're here at orientation. June 28th is when you'll have your mentor match. July 1st will be the course official start date. And then you'll kind of go from there. Tip number 2, develop your mentor relationship. So going into your first call, giving your background, letting your mentor know what got you interested in Springboard and in data science. What are your goals? What are your expectations? What do you really want to get out of the course? And establishing that line of communication there in the beginning can be really helpful. And ask your mentor about their experience as well. Additionally, I would suggest adding backup video call links, like I said, I think earlier, so that in case Google Hangouts or Zoom or whatever is down, you have other forms of communication so that you can keep in contact with each other. Additionally, communicate cancellations and rescheduling. This is super important. We want to respect each other's time. So, if you do have to cancel or reschedule, please try to do so at least 24 hours in advance, and your mentor will hopefully respect that same rule for you. You can also set weekly call topics in your mentor call tab. So you can let your mentor know, what you'd like to go over in your call beforehand so that they can either review your work beforehand or just sort of be able to plan ahead of time so they can be most helpful to you. Tip number 3, engage in the community. To kind of go back to the online community is an incredible resource of knowledge. Ask questions in the online community if your mentor isn't available or you forgot to ask in your call or whatever it is. Ask questions, engage. If there are people who live near you and who are also taking the course, you can create study groups if you're someone who likes to work with others, or you can chat with people online. Attend office hours. Like I said, our office hours are every Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and those are a great time to engage. You can request topics and come hang out with us. Those are just a few ways in which you can engage in the community, and I'm sure you can find others as well. So what happens next? First, finish the Getting Started section before your first mentor call. get ready to think about how maybe you might want to introduce yourself, think about your goals, your course case, how you want to best move forward. Start also thinking about your capstone topic. I know it seems quite early to be thinking about that, but it's going to be here before you know it. And so it's helpful to kind of just think of maybe of a couple data sets that seem interesting to you, and you can go over those with your mentor and see what they think. So that can be a really exciting, fun thing to start talking about. And lastly, meet your mentor via email. So once you get that match, shoot your mentor an email and introducing yourself, and yeah, go from there. All right, so I'm gonna open the floor for questions. Additionally, if questions come up after this, feel free to email me at sophie@springboard.com, and I'd be happy to answer any further questions, or at any point during the course, you're more than welcome to email me with questions or concerns. So I'm going to... All right, open up the floor.
Hey, this is Shiva.
Hi.
So, so this is like more like a self-pacing course, right? So we don't have classes every other day or something like that. It's something we proactively go through the course curriculum and then prepare on our own, and then match up with our, follow up with our mentors every week.
Correct.
And then see the progress. So that's how it is, right? The schedule.
Correct.
Okay.
It's an entirely self-paced course. So, there's no schedule. This is really the only scheduled time in which you might want to be online or present for something.
Mm-hmm.
This will be uploaded to YouTube later for the folks who can't make it. So yeah, it's an entirely self-paced course. The only thing that's really scheduled are your mentor calls. Everything else is self-paced.
I see. Got it. And the final product is something that my mentor has to approve, and he provides his review on that one. That's when we mark the course as complete. Is that correct?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the last part of your question?
Yeah. So I noticed that we have to complete a capstone project.
Yes.
So, and that's something that needs to be reviewed by mentor, and he has to approve the capstone project. So, and then we can say the course is complete from from my end and everything, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So once you complete your capstone project and submit it, I will take you through a flow to sort of click apply to complete, and then that will alert your mentor, and your mentor will then go in and grade your capstone project. And the second you click apply to complete, your billing and mentor calls are stopped, so that you won't be charged for the time in which your mentor has to review your capstone.
Okay.
And then if your capstone is passed, your student advisor, me, I'll get notified, and I'll be able to send you your certificate of completion.
Okay, I see. Got it. And if I want to, take a break from the course for like a month or so, that's possible. Is that possible, or can I?
So we do have pause options.
Mm-hmm.
So if the occasion were to arise, you would just have to schedule either a call with me or request a pause in your profile, and you can sort of go through that flow there. So yeah, there are a couple options there, but it is a possibility.
Okay, yeah, that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Great questions. Anyone else have any questions? Also, feel free to add to the chat box if you'd like. Jacob, I hope you were able to hear for the rest of the presentation there. I just saw that you said the audio was breaking up, so I hope that was able to get fixed. Oh, great. Thanks for letting me know. Alrighty. Well, if there are no more questions, I will end this orientation and give it an upload onto YouTube. So thank you guys all for joining, and welcome to Springboard, and I'm really excited to have you all. So like I said, if you have any questions that come up, feel free to email me at sophie@springboard.com, SOPHIE. and I hope you have a great rest of your week.
Okay. Hey, I think I have one last question. So, if I want to switch to a different course, right now I think I'm enrolled in the Introduction to Data Science.
Mhm.
If I want to switch to the Introduction to Python, what's the process looks like?
So this is the only introduction course. We have an intermediate course
Mhm.
that uses Python.
Yeah, intermediate. I mean to say.
So yeah, if you wanted to do that, you would just have to email me, and we can try to switch you over to a different cohort.
Okay, and that needs to happen before the before June 28th, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay then. Yeah, I will take a look at it.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.